Good afternoon, guys. My name's Sandy. This is Sawing with Sandy. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm out here in beautiful central Ontario, Canada. I am here at my own woodlot where I'm taking stock of not only the amount of trees I've got, but also the amount of snow I've got. There's an incoming winter storm, and this storm is supposed to be a big one. And so I'm out here just judging what I've left out by accident, what I've got to put away, what trails I still have to clear. And I'm also out here to judge how much snow I've got currently. I want to see just how much snow is on the ground now so I can compare it in about 3 days' time when this storm has passed through to see how much snow got added. They're calling for 2 to 3 feet of snow on top of this. And if we have a look, we definitely have some already. And it's still early winter. So I'm just in an open area here. And as you can tell, if I get right down to the ground there, I'm probably at a good 11 inches or so. So we'll see how much snow gets added to this. I know, weather predictions can sometimes be a bust, but sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. And if they're wrong and we get even more snow, it'll make for good snowmobiling, but might make it a bit challenging for me to get around in the woods. Anyways, I'll be right back with you guys in a few days, and we'll see what we're left with. Here we go. All right, guys, we're mid-storm here, and I got to tell you, this is definitely one of the worst storms I've ever come across. It is deep, like feet deep. It is windy. And if you have a look around, like, I'm gonna be digging out forever. We just didn't walk that far, but we made one heck of a tunnel. Myself and the dog here. Let's just wipe you guys off. It's clear there. If you ever thought of moving to Canada, just make sure you move to the right part. Here I am in central Ontario, and yeah, we get quite the lake effect snow from time to time, and today is one of those days. All right, Randy, nickname for Coda. Let's make our way inside here. You guys see still? Oh gosh, sort of. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh boy. So as you guys know, I have not always put the tractor inside, and I can tell you, I am sure happy I made room for it. We are heading out to snowblow. I'm going to be doing several rounds of snowblowing here, and so I'm not going to film all of them, all of it, because you guys will not see too much in some of the storm here, but I'll bring you along a little bit. Back in a bit. Well, the tractor's working. Really working. It's definitely gonna get through it, but I'm feeling it. And if you've ever wondered why you need a tractor cab, see that snow hitting the cab and not my face? That's a beautiful thing. Guys, I haven't pushed this much snow with this machine before. We're at about 32 horsepower at the PTO, and the snow is over the top of the blower, as you guys saw a moment ago. The tractor's doing pretty good though. There's a good layer of wet snow down at the bottom, some dry stuff, light stuff up top. 32 horsepower, I think we're sitting at about a 78-inch snow blower. I'd say that's pretty good. Tell you, sure is nice in the cab. I should probably keep score how many shear pins I'm taking out today. Oh yeah, you hear the tractor? It's working now. Well, there's the blizzard. Hey guys, welcome back. Just a few days ago, about 5 days ago, I was standing 25 feet or so from where I'm standing now. I was with you guys. I took a tape measure and we measured about 11 inches of snow. I mentioned to you guys we had a big storm rolling through, and sure enough, it hit hard. We had a low pressure system pretty much locked onto my area, and it dumped a whole bunch of snow on us, and I think the official measurement is somewhere close to 4 feet. Now this is not exactly 4 feet as it stands here on the ground, because we've got some super warm temperatures today, as well as leading into this week. And because of that, the snow has started to compress. Not ideal, especially not ideal for snow blowing. Now let's back up here just a little bit. You guys would have seen some clips of me snow blowing during the middle of that storm. I had to go out and constantly keep my laneway clear, constantly keep my laneway to my shop clear, because the snow was coming down so fast. If I let it go, I ended up with, well, stuff like this. This is going to be quite the effort today clearing. Now I'm not going to be clearing right here, but I have to still clear all the way back to my sawmill. I haven't even touched it yet. I've taken the snow machine, or the snowmobile through it, but I even got that thing stuck. So we're going to see how we make out today. That's a pretty big snowblower. That's a 40 horsepower tractor. That snowblower throws the snow, but the snow is super wet. And as you guys can see, because of the high temperatures we have today, all the snow that's up here in the trees, well, it's all getting super heavy. And we're starting to get a whole bunch of branches that are starting to break. So that's going to throw a bit of a wrench into my plans. To make matters worse, not only is it warm today, it's going to be warm tomorrow, the next day, and for the next like week or so. Add in some rain, which they're calling for like 20 to 35 millimeters of rain, and that's going to make one heck of a mess out here. I've got my work cut out for me today. Luckily, I'm inside the cab. I got some fresh sludge, coffee if you're not familiar. We've also got the radio going. I'll take the jacket off and it'll be comfortable at the least. That is, of course, until you see the trees that I know are down out near the sawmill. There's a lot of them. Anyways, that's what we're up against, guys. Make sure to zoom back a little bit in this video if you wanted to see some clips mid-storm. It's quite the storm. I was inside the cab again, relaxing as the snow was bouncing off the side of the cab. Bumped into a few IBC cages because the snow was so deep I couldn't see them. But all in all, so far so good. Let's hope that continues. Here we go. And just as I'm about to hop in the tractor cab, check out what we're dealing with here. So this right here is made by Martin. This is their Meteor PTO driven snowblower. This is a 78-inch wide snowblower. So if you have a look, it actually sticks out just a little bit wider than my tractor, which is kind of nice when you cut a laneway. You're cutting a laneway that you can drive down. Now see the snow that's sitting up here? The reason this is up here, when I was out snow blowing, the snow was actually higher than the snowblower. Like, I'm talking around here. So I almost have to cut it in two heights. But anyways, that's what we're dealing with. Luckily for me, I've got these tire chains, because if you guys know anything about warm temperatures and snow, once that snow gets nice and warm, which it shouldn't, but it does on days like today, pretty much becomes a skating rink for tires like these. These are industrial tires. Anyways, let's get down to it. As I go here, you guys will watch. I try to point the chute right at the branches. That way I can hopefully knock the snow off them so they lift up before I get to them. Doesn't always work. A little bit. Oh yeah, that's heavy. You guys listen closely, you'll hear the tractor as it's working. If you have a look right there on the left, that's where the snowmobile finally got sunk. And straight ahead is our trail. Oh boy. Okay, well. normally have the window open. It just shows you how warm out it is today. This snow here, I'm having to push it for a while, maybe 20 feet, and then I drive forward so the big pile falls into it. I tell you, if I don't take care of this now, I am not going to be taking care of it for the year, because we get snow almost every other day, it seems. And this rain is unordinary. People ask me all the time, doesn't it get sore on your neck? Well, yeah, it does. If you're constantly turning backwards, it'll get sore on your neck. I don't constantly turn backwards. If you guys look, I'm looking at my side mirrors. Unless I'm going near a building or something, if I'm on a trail, I can move over a few inches either way and it'd be no issue. So I don't turn around all the time. I also have a rear view camera on my dash. Look up there, we got to go down there. We got some problems. Looks like there's a tree down that way and I'm not going to be pulling that one down. I did bring a chainsaw with me. See what happens. you don't know it because it looks like it's all covered in snow. There are trees and roots and stumps everywhere. Usually I'd come through with the bucket first. The trouble is it's so deep that it would take me forever, and I can't really dump it because I can't turn out of these ruts. These tractors are so long. You guys see the front end there. I gotta watch what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Up the hill.
Well guys, we made it out to the sawmill. That was the name of the game today, so I can say mission accomplished. This tractor performed really well, and I didn't really expect anything otherwise because this thing has been performing well for years. However, just a few more horsepower at the PTO would have been nice today with a 78-inch wide cut for the snowblower. The 32 horsepower, I was using every bit of it, and I was hoping for just a little bit more at times. With the snow being this deep, making one pass was possible, but I was having to move at like a snail's pace. You guys could hear the engine really grunting in order to get that snow shot out. At times I had to stop, let the engine get caught back up and continue. Sometimes you also saw me making 2 cuts, a top cut with the snowblower, dropping it all the way down and then making a second cut. That worked okay. I think it might have been a bit more efficient than making one really slow pass, but regardless, they both got the snow moved. In a perfect world, I would probably have about a 90 horsepower tractor out here. I'd have it hooked up to a nice snowblower like that, and I'd be just moving right along. But you can't have everything. The snow, super deep. This is one of those storms where I may not see again, at least in this time period. We got the equivalent of 2 months of snow in about 2 days, so may not see that again. This tractor will suffice because I'm gonna say we won't see it again. Anyways, if I'm gonna continue up that way, I got more work on my hands, but we're gonna leave that for another day. Let's just jump inside the sawmill real quick and see the extra work I'm gonna have. With that storm, and the meteorologists actually call it a blizzard, it blew snow pretty much sideways. And if you saw me come out here during the storm on my snowmobile, it's in a recent video, you definitely know that there was a heck of a lot of snow that fell inside my sheds. In fact, I came over here and there was like 6 or 7 inches right here, which is wild to think because it's right in the middle of the shed. Guess I better get out here. I don't know if the blower is going to be moving that stuff. Anyways, we're going to be doing that before long, and I'll have to brush off the sawmill, obviously, sweep off the log deck, and then I'll be back to loading logs. The only problem is I want to get out and get some logs, but now I'm going to be cutting the logs at like 2 feet off the ground because of all the snow. Oh well, could be worse. Anyways, guys, make sure you come back next time. I'll be out here definitely making my way through the snow, whether I'm gathering logs or cleaning up the snow or getting the sawmill out. I'm sure it'll be an adventure, and I hope you guys join me for that. Please, if you haven't done so already, make sure you give her the old like-a-roo, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.